and welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to talk about two of our very good neighbors that have been involved into skirmishes. The ongoing tensions between Cambodia and Thailand, that is both of them being members of pillars of ASEAN, cannot be called as a war. By looking at the gullible nature of the kind of dispute which is taking place between these two, it is not a very large scale problem, but the issues have been actually very small, which has escalated into a different kind of tension. So talking about these nations, or for that matter the entire geography of this area, this is the region of ASEAN. ASEAN, that stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nations, consists of countries in this region that includes Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Brunei, Singapore, Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand. These are all the members of ASEAN. And ASEAN for a long period of time has not remained into news for any kind of war. The maximum reasons we have known about ASEAN is its trade issues. For example, ASEAN trying to connect with Australia, New Zealand, China, Japan, South Korea in terms of RCEP, or ASEAN's negotiations with USA, or engagement or pressurizing or development of technology amongst ASEAN nations. That is what it has been into news largely. But as and when things unfurl and we get to know the details, we get to know about the political instability, the economic instability which is taking place between these two nations, amongst these two nations, between Cambodia as well as Thailand, which has escalated the current issue, or rather escalated the issue which has been a very long pending one. So, in today's video, we are going to delve into the details of why Cambodia is fighting against Thailand. The most important reason all of us very well know is a temple, ancient Hindu temple, which is located at the border region. But other than this, are there any other reason for these two countries getting engaged into skirmishes with each other? And apart from this, apart from understanding or delving into the reasons of why these two countries are fighting, in today's video, we will also be understanding about the interest of different organizations and different countries in Cambodia versus Thailand issue. What countries are trying to prioritize the issues of Cambodia, and which countries are standing in support of Thailand, and which country ultimately has a greater role in bringing out peace between these two nations. Okay? So let us delve into this discussion, talking about the issues, talking about the reasons for conflict between these two nations. Cambodia and Thailand are two nations lying in the very close region to Gulf of Thailand. Okay? Talking about geographically speaking, Asia ke southeast region में these two countries lie. Cambodia and Thailand lies on the southeast region of Asia and in another part of Gulf of Thailand. Okay? But these two countries, as and when we understand things little more, Thailand is way ahead in terms of its air force. Cambodia does not have an air force itself. Cambodia has its own defense forces, but this is largely restricted to naval forces and army. Army is much more developed than navy. On the other hand, Thailand has some of the best air force fighter pilots, fighter jets in their air force. Okay? So Thailand is much more defense, much more airspace. It is much more capable as compared to Cambodia. Talking about the issues between Thailand and Cambodia, the first major issue is the issue of temple. That is the Priya Vihar temple. Priya Vihar temple is actually located very close to the border of Thailand and Cambodia. And we have discussed this earlier. There is a saying in international relations that good fences makes good neighbors. So if your fence is strong, the other country, which is your neighboring country, is also very deterministic of this fact that there is no border clashes. There is clarity of border. Okay? But between Thailand and Cambodia, it is the colonial legacy that they are fighting with. Colonial legacy, wherever they have left, wherever they have divided countries, or wherever they have drawn borders across the countries, they have left some kind of discrepancies. We call this as division done through a broad pen. Now, when you magnify this pen, when we look into the details, it ends up into the distance or discrepancies of approximately 5 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and there are rivers flowing across the countries, there are temples, there are UNESCO World Heritage Sites that leads to dispute between different countries. For example, India and Pakistan, We also have border issues for that matter. India and China also has border issues, both of them being a colonial legacy. Or for that matter, Cambodia and Thailand, again a French territory. This was a French colony, and 1907 France had divided a map, tried to divide the country Thailand and Cambodia, and in this they had left a discrepancy of a temple called the Priya Vihar temple. Okay? So 1962 में Cambodia and Thailand was claiming the ownership of this territory. Cambodia wanted to own ownership of this territory. So Cambodia in 1962 went to International Court of Justice, and in the International Court of Justice took decision in favor of Cambodia, that yes, Cambodia owns Priya Vihar temple. So as per 1962 verdict of International Court of Justice, it was very easy for Cambodia. In 2008 they wanted to declare it as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and that sparked the discrepancies or the dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. 2008 when Cambodia wanted to declare this as Priya Vihar temple as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, because it's an ancient Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. So that time it was not liked by Thailand, and there were border clashes taking place in this area. After 2008, again 2013 May, Cambodia went back to International Court of Justice, and they again took decision in favor. So Cambodia, as per international law, owns Priya Vihar temple, but Thailand doesn't agree. Thailand doesn't agree to the verdict of ICJ. Thailand doesn't agree to the verdict. It says that there were discrepancies when France was drawing map between Cambodia and Thailand. So that was the summary of the first reason of the dispute taking place between Cambodia. I should call this as the immediate cause between the current dispute between Cambodia and Thailand. But apart from this, of course, there are other issues also. The economic instability. Both Cambodia and Thailand, both of them are facing an economic crisis. Both of them have witnessed a decline in tourism sector. Post-COVID, the decline has been much more severe. So both these countries are facing an economic issue. Beyond this, Cambodia has one more problem, that as of now it is listed under the countries of least developed countries. Cambodia is one of the least developed countries, and 2027 to 29 is the target year of Cambodia to switch or graduate out of the degree category of LDCs. So ये जो अगला 2-3 साल है, these 2-3 years is very important for Cambodia to invest heavily, but it is not having sufficient amount of money. So is the case with Thailand. Although Thailand is not declared as a least developed countries, but there is political instability which is going on in Thailand, which has resulted into the economic instability in Thailand. Okay? So the second important reason for these two countries fighting against each other is both of them are facing an economic crisis. So whenever you have a domestic economic crisis, the obvious consequences to internationalize or shift towards your border, shift the attention of media towards your border, and that leads to border related issues. Okay? The third important reason is the reason of, so this is the list of least developed countries, and in which we see that Cambodia is one of the listed countries under LDC category. The third important reason of dispute between Cambodia and Thailand is the political instability. Politics of both these countries is very unique. Talking about Cambodia for the first reason, for the first case, Cambodia is a uni-party. This is a single party system wherein the president is the father and the prime minister is the son. Okay? On the other hand, talking about Thailand, Thailand is one such country who has faced political crisis. Political crisis because the former president, he was also one such former prime minister who had been criticized for disregarding the army. They have not given sufficient reverence to the army of Thailand. So he is facing currently facing the courts. Thailand courts mein his justice is being tried. He is into prison as of now because he has violated, or I would say devalued, the army of Thailand. Okay? But following him, his daughter was also tried on the same charge. Now when this skirmish took place, of late when Thailand and Cambodia were getting engaged into a heated discussion over ownership of Priya Vihar as late as 2025, so the former prime minister, she is not the current prime minister, she is also into facing this kind of political crisis that the public doesn't trust the lady, because she has also made some kind of statement against the army of Thailand. Okay? If we see about the countries in Southeast Asia, they have given enough declaration or autonomy to the defense forces, and because of that, the defense forces are in general, Southeast Asian countries were very, very strong. For example, we can see the case of Myanmar, so is the case with Thailand also. So the defense forces is very, very objective of any statement coming against them. Okay? So she is also facing one of the trials. When the last skirmish took place between Cambodia and Thailand, she gave a call to the former friend of her dad. Both of them, the former Prime Minister of Thailand and the former Prime Minister of Cambodia, they were very good friends. So she gave him a call and asked him by calling him uncle, stating that the things have turned up a lot. There is too much heat amongst between Cambodia and Thailand. There is too much of heated arguments that is going on, and things are not actually that serious. So let us all calm down. That was the intention, and the Cambodian Prime Minister uploaded that audio discussion, that audio communication between them on Facebook. So that again escalated the issue, because she had quoted that the army of Thailand is trying to escalate that issue. So she is again into this discussion that they have tried to devalue the army. All in all, the ongoing political instability. Thailand has already been facing instability because of since 2023 itself. The former Prime Minister had also made some kind of statement against Thailand, the defense forces, and following him, his daughter, the former Prime Minister, also she had made statements against the defense forces of Thailand. So there is an ongoing political instability in Thailand, and as we discussed, Cambodia has single party system. There is no opposition party itself, so that is also creating a kind of dictatorship. Although not a military dictatorship, but a democratic dictatorship has arisen in Cambodia. So both these countries are also facing a political crisis. Actually, all these three together is the reason for the ongoing dispute between Cambodia and Thailand. Now, moving on to the parties who are actually interested in resolving these issues. The parties who are actually interested, and on the other hand, we will also be discussing about the parties who are projecting themselves to be interested in resolving the dispute. These parties include one by one the first country, that is China. China has good relationship, although with both the countries. China is having good relations with majority of the ASEAN nations only, excepting Vietnam and Philippines. But all in all, China has very good relationship in terms of trade with respect to Cambodia. As compared to Thailand, China is more closer to Cambodia. And it doesn't want Cambodian market to fall off from its hands. The market should still be available. So China has tried to take out a balanced stand and tried to make statements that both the countries need to de-escalate this issue. Okay? That is the first party who wants actually resolution to be taken place. The second party, which Cambodia has time and again referred to, is International Court of Justice. Although we have also seen that whatever be the verdict of International Court of Justice has largely not been agreed by Thailand. Time and again, whenever Cambodia had to declare it as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, ICJ took decisions in favor of Cambodia. But whatever be the decisions of Cambodia has not been agreed by Thailand largely. Okay? Now moving on to the third party. This party is actually genuinely interested to resolve this issue, and that is the chairman of ASEAN, that is Malaysia. Malaysia has been the pinpoint, I will call this country as the keystone of negotiating peace between Cambodia and Thailand. They have actually been able to resolve the issue, and the countries have agreed for a ceasefire in the presence of Malaysian Prime Minister only. Malaysia, why? Because currently Malaysia is the chairman of ASEAN, and as we discussed, ASEAN has not been one such organization which was into news because of wars, skirmishes. The countries have not fought for war for a very long period of time. So these countries are largely engaged in money business, trade. Okay? In that case, it is all the more imperative for Malaysia to ensure that under its ownership of chairman, the countries, even if they are fighting, Malaysian Prime Minister should be able to resolve and negotiate peace between these two, and the countries have actually gone for ceasefire, agreed for ceasefire as of now. Fourth, final and last but not the least, of course, we have the American president who has claimed to resolve all kinds of issues, including the Cambodia-Thailand issue. After the Cambodia-Thailand countries had agreed for ceasefire, Donald Trump had tweeted on Twitter that he has been responsible because he, again, just the way he did it with respect to India and Pakistan, that he said that I spoke with the Indian Prime Minister and the Pakistani Prime Minister, and because I told them that I'm going to increase the trade tariffs, so these countries backed out and have agreed for the ceasefire. Similarly, the similar kind of statements he had stated with respect to Thailand and Cambodia as well. He had stated, after the countries had come to the ceasefire, he had stated that thanks to Donald Trump, he had also gone to this extent that the Prime Minister of Thailand was ready to offer them, that he was ready to propose that Donald Trump should be granted Nobel Peace Prize for negotiating peace between Cambodia and Thailand, as if the issue was that big. But anyways, Donald Trump had also claimed that he has been responsible, rather negotiated peace and ceasefire between Cambodia and Thailand, stating that again the tariffs can be increased between these two, with respect to these two countries and USA, so that two countries have agreed for ceasefire. Which, as per India-Pakistan case, we least expect that this thing would have happened. As of now, we do have evidence that in the presence of Malaysian Prime Minister, Cambodia and Thailand have come to a ceasefire deal. So the things have calmed down. But with the one issue that still remains unresolved is the issue of the Priya Vihar temple. The issue needs to be negotiated, communicated, and through communications, bilateral communications most importantly, the issue needs to be resolved. Because stating that fact once again, that good fences or strong fences makes good neighbors, that fence needs to be strengthened. With that, we come to the end of this topic. If you have any doubt, please do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much and all the very best.